Next one is from Luke and Slava Vlogs. Shout out to Luke and Slava Vlogs.
I think this homie, I think he comments on some of my even like YouTube videos and stuff. Yeah, I'm familiar with this name.
Shout out, and I like it. It's he says, "What's up with our tackles not run blocking?"
Oh man, I didn't even look at this. To be honest with you, this is your call here. I have no clue. I just watched Dawson a few plays.
I could dig it. I think the biggest thing we talked about this a little bit as well, man. Just in terms of their nature, they are more of they're built to pass block. They're built for the finesse angle, not necessarily the power and just the head-to-head force angle. And we saw a little bit of that in the first half. I think the one play they highlighted was Justin Houston setting the edge on Al, getting off and making the tackle for a loss. I mean,
there was that one where the safety came down too.
Yeah,
and
that one too.
Chooks completely missed him. It wasn't like he missed the block. He just missed him.
He just whipped him. Yeah, absolutely. So that has played a factor into it in terms of just the angles when you're taking on some of these smaller guys versus if it's a bigger, more powerful guy. We're struggling with that right now. But because we don't run the ball as much, it hasn't had to be as highlighted in terms of their play when it's a run game. Now, for the pass game, the majority of the season, they've done fine. Outside of the Bengals game in Washington, you could throw Bills in there a little bit. They've done a good job of keeping Seven upright and keeping him clean. So I just think, man, it's just one of those things that every player has strengths and weaknesses. It just so happens that both of these guys are very similar in their approach right now. Now, I do think that Chooks, it's a lot more hope and promise for him because he's a lot younger. This is his first full year starting. He's going to come back, and I feel like he's going to be a lot better next year. Sometimes he reminds me of Marcus Gilbert a little bit in terms of you'll have spurts where you're playing well, but then you'll go through some bumps and bruises. You'll go through some times where you kind of are inconsistent because you're just trying to get a feel. You're trying to figure out what works for you and what you can do consistently to keep that going. Marcus Gilbert, it took him a little bit of while. It took him probably 2 to 3 years to figure that out. And once he did, he became one of the best right tackles in the game, got paid handsomely for it. I think Chooks can be a similar guy in that manner. Their builds are very same from an athletic ability standpoint. They're a little bit the same as well. I just think with Chooks, he just needs a little bit more in-game experience, man. The more in-game experience you get, the better you're going to be. I just feel like as fans and as analysts, a lot of times we'll look at one season and we'll write a book on somebody and say, oh, he's good or he's not good, or a couple of games, that's enough to see or not. I'm like, man, you think guys sometimes take 4 or 5 years to develop into who they're going to be. Sometimes like it takes guys longer. I mean, not everybody is going to just wake up and day one, they're the guy. It's tough to do that consistently. It's a reason why it's a small few that have had success early on and continue to throughout their careers. So I think with Chooks, man, he's a guy that he's going to continue to develop a lot more the more experience he gets. And he's a guy who started football late. He didn't start playing until he was like 13, 14 years old. That's 10 plus years behind for some people.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, man. I like that, man. But that was good right there, Luke and Slava Vlog. That segment was brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sports booking app. Not only is it safe, but it is secure, and most importantly, Deke, it's reliable. We just want a little reliability. That's all. We don't ask for much, right?
One of the more important aspects of life.
Absolutely. I couldn't have put that better myself. And with that being said, for all the first-time users out there, if you use the promo code Moats, you will receive up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. Now, we already said it's reliable. We already said the deposit bonus is essentially free money. So the only thing left to do is download the app and use the promo code and get the opportunity, right?
Sounds simple enough to me.
What are you waiting on? Download the app, use the promo code, and get a little money. Or at least opportunity.